The opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Kansas offense takes the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his man down the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. It's been a rough start for these guys, and you look down the schedule in the Big 12, there aren't soft landing spots.
Well, no doubt about it, this team has had some bad breaks early this year in Big 12 play, but they've got to make good things happen, David. They've got to do a better job of executing. Offensively, defensively, and on special teams, and it's got to start today.
Yeah, finding a way to make those critical plays. Because you know, what do you know in the Big 12? There's always going to be a lot of scoring, right? And they've come up short, but I think as you find yourself throughout the season, you got to realize, I got to build those confidence. I got to make those plays, and once you do it once, and maybe it happens today, you start to build that confidence.
Breaks into the open. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. The Jayhawks want to crank the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. They'll try to run for it. That defense in front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball up.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on fourth. So the Baylor Bears offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
Snap in the shotgun. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big line.
Got enough space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor! They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. Where are the defenders? It's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give on the option. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Jayhawks racing to the line in a hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Jayhawks are rolling down the field.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
No huddle here for the offense. Trying play action. The throw. Makes the grab. It's Eaton. Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. And the Jayhawks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Defense showing blitz here. Pressure coming. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This offense better start finding a way to cap off these drives with points. We haven't seen that now in the last 2 drives. Last one, they were moving the ball pretty nicely, came away with nothing. This drive, it's looking to be more of the same. And normally when you give up sacks, especially on 3rd down, that's what's going to happen.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It is good. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Boise State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to West Virginia. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Bears come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They're looking for an advantage to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Going right to work up top. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's the handoff. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. They're facing a 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to take the top off. And that will fall incomplete, and we have played one. Boy, they tried to end the first quarter on a high note to no avail. 2nd quarter's coming. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. The Jayhawks line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots and make those big plays.
The Bears in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the back. This quarterback part of their running game. Spins away from the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Quick release on the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Bears can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Steps away to find some room. A strike downfield. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Bears!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick work mark on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. And the Jayhawks are in the hurry-up. Off-play action. The sure hands, it's Chop. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And as he throws, can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
So now it's 2nd and long. Defense looks like they're coming. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time he's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw again. He's going to throw deep right side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. The Jayhawks will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll try the right side. He's out past the 35. Turns it on in midfield. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Baylor! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the 2nd level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. They've got to find some answers on this drive, already down by 18 in the 2nd quarter. They'll start this drive going to the air. Firing to the right, complete. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Makes the grab. It's Hicks. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. And the Jayhawks want to pick up the tempo.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage, and one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Takes it on the return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. Complete downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. They'll give it to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Second down, he'll throw it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Zings it complete to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on 2nd down. Touchdown Bears! And they take it in for 6 more points. Having a playmaker like that can get the offense out of just about any situation.
And no doubt, he can roll right, he can roll left, he can do whatever he wants and buy time and throw the football, but you have to defend everything. You have to defend pass, you have to defend run, and you have to defend plays that aren't even called. So good luck stopping this cat.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
It's incomplete. I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Jayhawks will punt it away on 4th down.
Number 17, on to punt it away.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've
catch inside the 30 and still running. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
They send the tight end in motion. The give from the gun. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Here's a heat. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Unleashes one. It's complete. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play, just a couple of yards short of the goal line. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Jayhawks will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Snagged out of the air. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. It's complete on the right side. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Bears are marching down the field. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket and starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
Motion from the wideout. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Got the quick pass. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs.
Here we go. Okay, ready?
To the air on first down. He lets it fly. Touchdown, Baylor! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Rice is getting cooked right now at home, and it's all over but the crying. A lopsided affair with miscues and missed tackles. They're trailing by 21 to Tennessee. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. It's complete to the right. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
They'll run play action. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They go to the ground. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to go wrong.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him. With that last play, now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The Jayhawks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Right on the money. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. And the Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Uses a nifty move to work his way to the 24.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Oh, he got loose. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but his hold really strong, put up some good numbers.
Pocket breaking down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Bears trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on second down. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to take off. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. 3rd down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up 4th.
They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a 2nd time in this one. Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. So first down will open up the final period. Wants to go up top on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. On target.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
Back to pass on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bobo. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Baylor! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Zings it complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened.
There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play,
strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
this quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. The Jayhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They'll send the back in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The Bears come to the line in the hurry-up.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Quarterback making adjustments. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Boom. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Yeah, until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Wide open downfield. It's a seam. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's good. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Jayhawks will call on their punt team.
Let's make some noise. It's fourth down.
Wants to return it. Slips through the line. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Might be changing the route. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the catch. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And the Bears can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. They're looking to throw on second and short. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Looking to throw for it. On the run, fires downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And the offense comes up short on third down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on fourth down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense is put together.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
And that's a first down.
They'll run it from the gun.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
That's caught. It's Eaton. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Eaton.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. 30. The 20. Touchdown Bears! And they turn it into a defensive score. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their sixth straight win.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the fourth quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. He picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Chubb. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call. And really
makes the grab inside the 30. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Gain of 30. Good enough for first down.
Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. It's complete to the left. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. That's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But